Thanks, Bronwyn. Must be so exciting to be here in person to witness what is sure to be the cornerstone of decades of growth and prosperity for all of you. I'm just so glad that you could all come here tonight in the Speaker's office on this most triumphant of budget nights. Right now, Joe is just down that corridor there, unveiling what we're all sure will be a budget they'll be talking about for years to come. Now, for some of you, this will be your first official shady backroom deal. For others, Lachlan, Gina, Jamie, you know how this works. Donations in, favours out. Wink, wink. I'm not kidding, I'm not kidding. Lachlan actually wanted to have this meeting of the Inner Sanctum on his new yacht out on the harbour, but between OneTel and Channel 10, Lachlan, we weren't all that convinced of your ability to keep much of anything afloat. Sanctum damn near drowned him, am I right? Oh, don't worry, Lachlan. We're still doing all we can to make sure newspapers remain relevant. We've got a plan in place to make sure that the NBN remains about as well connected as a bubble jet printer to a laptop running Windows 3.1 in 1997. Now, Gina, when you chose Tony to be the next PM, we all thought you'd gone mad. None of us thought it would work. He can barely string 3 words together, but Gina, you stuck with him. You said a man only needs to string 3 words together to get the top job, and you were right. Now Australia's, well, your main problem at the moment is with high wages growth. We all know that workers can be protective of their employment rights, so we've decided to come in through the side door and focus on a different approach to wages growth by removing the ability of workers to achieve negative upward trajectory. First up's the really simple bit, keeping undereducated poor people undereducated and poor. We're going to make tertiary education so impossibly expensive that this low-rung, risk-averse VB-swelling conservative heartland, they won't even be able to consider climbing out of the suburbs that we've never even been to, and will continue to work for significantly less over the course of their lives, with the side benefit that these low-quality news consumers remain highly susceptible to 3-word slogans and buying the Herald Sun. Lachlan. We're calling this the absolute minimum wage. Smarter people, however, will want to take on the challenge of higher education, but will now find themselves saddled with so much debt that they'll work for anything as long as it's stable employment just to remain afloat. This will be coupled with a program of employment enhancements that will unburden your payroll pressures for years at a time. It starts with an extension of in-course vocational placements with open time limits, followed by postgrad internships that can each last for 12 to 24 months before you decide whether the candidate is even suitable for the position. If the employer then chooses to take the candidate on, the work will then move on to an entry-level, full-time casual position employed via an external agency. They can also be required to participate in upskilling coursework through private education providers, which may be conducted in-house and have the costs subtracted at the paycheck level, which along with their HECS repayments should keep you from paying them much of anything for the first 3 years on the job. And after this trial period, you'll be able to renegotiate their employment, rehiring them as external contractors, shifting the burdens of insurance, workplace safety, and taxation onto the individual. We're calling this the aspirational wage. They can aspire to it, but they'll never get there. So, you're welcome. And thank you everyone for coming together over the minimum wage.